guys, this is HeyJay Stylexio and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to make your Welt pocket. And our web pocket is a very fanciful pocket to put in our jackets, in our trousers. Most of our English wears we have Welt pocket. So I'll be showing you basically how to make a Welt pocket. So the first thing is you cut a piece of fabric, the main fabric and the one that will serve as lining. And I want this satin fabric to serve as the main welt, to form the welt, and then the main fabric of that we'll be using for the jacket, because I'm adding this welt pocket to a jacket. It will be used for as the lining of the welt. So let me just show you what it is. So first of all, you take the measurement here. You can do 8 inches, but this is 7.5. Then the length should not exceed 8 inches. So this could be 8 and then this could be 8, but this is 7.5 and this is 8 inches. So on this main fabric, you iron an interfacing on it, a visible interfacing on it, and this is stay, or also known as canvas. So I iron canvas on it. So what I'll do next now is from one end, I'll just measure 1.5 inch and then roll it. Okay, then my pocket wideness, the welt wideness of the pocket, I want a wideness of 5.5 inch, because I have a big finger, a big hand in, sorry, a big hand. For someone that is very slim who has small hand, you could do 4 inches, 5 inches, but I'll be doing 5.5 so that my hand will slide through the pocket. So you just measure 5.5. This, we said this is 7 inches already, so you could just do 1 inch here, 1 inch here. If I do 1 inch here, 1 inch here, let's see what is left. Okay, this is 5.5 exactly. So depending on how many inches you are leaving on each side, then depending on the wideness of the pocket you want, then that will determine how many inches you'll be leaving on this side. So this is it. So this line, I've drawn it. So I'll be using the back of my tape rule now to mark, which is the centimeter axis. So I'll mark 1 centimeter above this middle line, 1 centimeter below. So I'll do it here as well. 1 centimeter up, 1 centimeter below. Now we join these points with a ruler. I don't want to call the figure in inches, not to get anyone confused. So that's why I use the back, and that is the purpose of having the centimeter measurement at the back of the tape. So when you are not, yeah, when you are unable to read the inches, you could use the centimeter to read and do your measurement. So this is it. So this is what I'll be placing on my jackets where I'm adding it. So if it's a trouser you're adding, you place it on your trouser wherever you want the pocket to be. So for my jacket, I want it to start from 8.5 inch from the edge. So I'll mark 8.5 inch and then mark where I'll be placing this welt pocket. So this is 8.5 inch from the edge of the jacket. So this now is what I'll place on this one. The 8.5 inch is what is the part I mark. Now this is where I'll place the welt. But I can choose now to take my welt inward like this or take it outward like this. It depends on what I want, but I want it to be at the midpoint. So I could just do it like this, get the midpoint and then place the welt, let it align with the midpoint of this line. So I could just pin it down just to secure it in one place so it will not move. So now take this piece now to the sewing machine and sew. So what I'll be sewing now is I'll be sewing here like this, round, not the middle now, just this square. I'll take it to the sewing machine and sew it round. I want to sew it round on this rectangle. So now we've sewn it round. So the next thing to do now is mark half inch like this on both ends. So this half inch, we mark it. You know there's a line at the middle now. From this middle line, take it down like this and then take it down. So we just create a V. Take it down from the middle and then to this end. So you could see the V. So this middle line is here and then to this V. So this line will be cutting it. So to cut it, just fold it. This is it now. To cut it, just fold it like this. Then put your scissors through it to notch it. So this is it. Now my scissors can now go through. And when you get to this part, cut it to almost, let it almost touch the thread mark. Do same thing on this side. Okay, almost touch the thread mark. Then you come to this other side, do the same thing as well. And then, but don't let it cross through. So you can see it now. So this is it now. So what we'll do next now, we'll turn it inside. We turn everything inside. So let's turn it to the back so that you see what it looks like when it's turned. So this is what it looks like when it's turned inward. So you could use your pressing iron to press it so that it will stay in place like this. To stay in place. So I've ironed it now. It's now flat. Now that it's flat, when you turn it, you could see the space here is neat already. So what we'll do now, we'll take it back again to the back, and then we'll take here up, lift it. When you lift it, let it align with this last opening. Let it not cross, let it not be too short, let it just end at the opening. So lift this part and make sure it aligns. Then if you're not sure, you could turn it to the back and check. So you could see it. We don't want a situation whereby it's short and then there's space. And we don't want a situation whereby when it crosses, we just want it to just be exact like this. Exact. So this is it. So we turn it back and then do it again properly. So by the time you take it off like this, use pin to hold it. Then hold this side as well so that it will not move, it will stay in place. Then with your pressing iron, you'll be pressing this down again. So the reason why we use the interfacing, you can see that the welt is created already. Isn't this beautiful? So the welt is created already. So the reason why we added interfacing to give you a firm finish, and if you look at it now, it is firm. So we'll just iron it again so that it will be sharp and neat. So after ironing, I'll show you what to do. So now after ironing, this is what it looks like now on this side. You see it now is smooth. And so the next thing we'll do now, we'll take it to the sewing machine. These two sides we pinned, we'll sew it, but we sew it, let it start from this triangle. We'll pick this triangle, the edge, the part where the triangle is joining this fabric, we sew on it. And then we'll do the same thing on this side, we'll sew on it. So just watch me closely while I do it. So I will position my pin so that my so you can see now the triangle is what I'll be climbing. So this is it now. You could see it, and you could see now that it is secured neatly. So I'll do the same thing on this second side. I'll just climb close to the on the thread line of the triangle. Okay. So this is what it looks like now after sewing on both sides. So the next thing I'll do is turning to the back, then I'll fix my lining to it. So I'll just recut my lining so that my lining will be the same level with it. Then I'll sew my lining just round it like this. So let me recut. So the to recut, just to be sure, you could just measure it from here to here is 6 inches. From here to here is 7.5. So you just cut 7.5 by 6 inches. So this is 7.5 already. So I'll just cut 6 inches on this part, on this length now. So this part now, I'll sew it to it like this now. I'll take it to the sewing machine and then I'll sew it around by the tip, just like this. So this is it. I've sewn it around now. The excess edge, I could just cut it so that it will be neat. So this is it. So now the lining of my jacket will cover this part. So in a situation whereby your dress or whatever you're adding it doesn't have lining, then you could just take it to your weaving machine with the sides of the pocket. But this is how to make a welt pocket. So guys, I actually losing it again because I mistakenly sewed it like this, making the wrong side face out here instead of the right side. So when you want to sew it, the correct side of your lining or whatever you're using as lining, if it's the main fabric you're using as lining, make sure the correct side is facing the back pocket like this, so that by the time you turn it, is the correct side you'll be seeing here. So I have to sew again. When I'm done, you will see it. So I've corrected my mistake now, so you could see it. This is the way it looks like. And I said when you're done sewing, if you're adding lining, your lining now should cover the pocket. But if you're not, then you could take it to your weaving machine to weave the fraying edges. So this is how to make your welt pocket. So if you don't want your welt to be this big, then you can choose to make it. You know, here we used 0.1 inch, that is 0.5, 0.5, which is from the back, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. So you could reduce it and customize to whatever you want. So this is basically how to make your welt pocket. Thank you for staying with me on this one, and please don't forget to share with your friends, with your soulmate, and then please also subscribe to the channel. Thank you.